Welcome back. In episode 1, we did something that's difficult to ignore. We showed that with one simple line on a football pitch and a few modest rule changes, men and women can play together fairly, safely, competitively.
Not theoretically, practically. And once you see that, something else becomes hard to ignore.
If equality in sport is structurally achievable, why are we still segregating children?
Today we're stepping onto the school playing field and asking whether generations of pupils have been separated not by necessity, but by inertia, and possibly unlawfully. We're focusing on the UK legal position.
Here's the law in simple terms. The Equality Act 2010 prohibits discrimination based on sex.
There is an exception, Section 195, allowing separate sport where competition is gender affected, meaning average physical differences would otherwise make it unfair.
That may apply to competitive sport.
But schools are not simply sports clubs.
They are educational institutions.
Under Part 6, Section 85, schools must not discriminate against pupils. There is no blanket exemption for PE lessons.
Segregation is discrimination unless clearly justified. And that justification is narrower than many assume.
For years, the Equality and Human Rights Commission stated that boys and girls must have equal access to the curriculum, including PE.
They even used a simple example. A girl told she could not play football because it was boys only. Very likely unlawful discrimination.
That guidance later disappeared from the public-facing website and was replaced with more technical language referring prominently to Section 195.
We're not alleging motives, but when clarity disappears and complexity replaces it, questions follow.
And the scale of the issue is large. For decades, most UK secondary schools have run segregated PE.
Boys over there.
Girls over here.
Different sports, different expectations, different social scripts.
If the straightforward reading of the law is correct, that separation may never have been lawful in the first place.
So how many pupils have been denied non-discriminatory education? Hundreds of thousands? Millions?
And here's what removes the final practical excuse. We already demonstrated how easily sport can be adapted so men and women compete together fairly.
One line on a pitch. A few sensible rules. Structural balance.
No chaos, no collapse of competition.
Which means schools no longer have a practical shield.
No financial impossibility.
No technical barrier.
Once necessity disappears, what remains looks very much like habit.
And habit does not override statute.
School sport matters because it shapes confidence, identity, and cooperation.
When boys and girls are separated through their most formative years, we embed distance.
We teach, implicitly, that competition happens in different worlds.
Then we act surprised when exclusion and misogyny persist.
Segregation doesn't simply reflect culture.
It helps manufacture it.
And the damage falls heavily on girls. We know girls' physical activity drops sharply during adolescence.
How many were quietly steered away from vigorous sport?
How many never discovered they could excel?
But boys lose as well. Many would thrive in mixed environments, gaining empathy and teamwork.
Segregation shrinks opportunity for everyone.
This isn't about blaming teachers.
But institutions carry responsibility. Schools, regulators, authorities.
Children rarely bring legal cases.
Parents can.
And one well-argued challenge could expose decades of non-compliance.
Which would be avoidable, because compliance requires modest change, not revolution. Just courage.
For decades, girls have been told, subtly or explicitly, that sport sits slightly apart from them. Different pitch, different rules. different expectations. But what if separation wasn't protection? What if it was limitation? This isn't about forcing girls to compete with boys. It's about removing the automatic barrier that says they must not. Because when girls grow up competing alongside boys, they don't grow up intimidated by them. They grow up equal to them. And equality is built through participation. So ask your school how PE is organised. Ask why. Ask whether segregation is truly necessary. Because change in education has never begun with silence. It begins with calm, reasonable questions. And once those questions start, they rarely disappear.
Thanks, Jane. Really insightful.
Thanks for listening, guys.
We'll see you next time to discuss American football.